Shoulder stands and handstands are two of the biggest goals my clients tell me they want to achieve. In this short workout, we'll do inverted exercises upside down to help you get stronger. You might want to have a block, cushion, pillow, or blanket to prop your hips. Let's go ahead and get started. Come to lying down on your mat, feet flat on the floor, knees bent. Press your hands into the floor and lift your hips up into the air. Feel the weight on your shoulders and then roll down one vertebrae at a time. Lift the hips back up and make sure you're really pressing through your arms. Believe it or not, this simple hip lift into a bridge is actually an inversion. We're getting the hips above the heart, which is the definition of an upside down exercise. So even though this is really simple, it's actually getting your body, getting your system prepared for being fully upside down. We'll go ahead and do that a few more times. Make sure you're taking nice deep breaths. Really good. Let's have this be our last one. Hips come up. Now, if you're feeling like this is already a challenge, continue. But if you want to add challenge, you can try lifting the right leg, holding it strong for a few seconds, and then rolling back down your spine, both feet firmly planted on the mat. And let's also try that on the other side. So hips lift back up, both feet on the floor. And then just the left leg will extend and hold strong, really pressing through the hands, lifting through the booty. Foot goes down, roll the hips down, one vertebrae at a time. You can take that one more time on each side, or at any time you can go back to the two-legged version. It doesn't look it, but this version with one leg for most of us is actually quite challenging. If you want to make the exercise even a little harder, you can start to lift and lower the leg. You'll lift it with a point and lower with a flex. Last one. And then plant that foot back down, roll down your spine. Beautiful. Last side, lift the hips back up, hips in the air. Left leg extends either to hold or to flex down and point up. Very nice. Keep it going. Two more. Last one. And then go ahead and bend the knee. Lower the hips down one vertebrae at a time. Very good. Whew. Take a moment, hug the knees into the chest. That's not as easy as it looks. Start to rock and roll on the spine now. So you're just going to give your spine a little massage. And this can be the exercise right here, but if you want to continue to challenge getting upside down, start to suspend your hold back on your shoulders. So if you watch, you'll notice that my head's touching the floor, but only very lightly. I'm certainly not putting weight in my neck. I'm really just rolling back to stand on my shoulders. Now, if that's going well for you, you might want to suspend even longer by placing your hands under your seat. So you can pause and peek at the screen if you want to see me. And if this is too challenging, just go ahead and keep rolling. But if you're upside down here with me, you can maybe start to bend the knees in back into that ball shape and then re-extend the legs. And in general, the higher the legs go towards the ceiling, the more challenging it will be. You can let the hips go, roll back up to standing. Really nice job. This is where you're going to want to grab that block, cushion, pillow, or blanket, because we're going to prop the hips now in a shoulder stand. So you'll just come to lying down, place your little prop underneath your sacrum, so sort of right above the tailbone, and then stretch your legs up to the ceiling. It should be fairly comfortable to be here, so take time to readjust if you need. Once you find your position, we're just going to make small circles with the legs on the ceiling. So again, even though I have the support under my seat, really pressing down through the arms here, really engaging your stomach, your powerhouse. Last circle this direction and then reverse. So same thing, just circling the other way. Every time you can think about bringing the heels together like little magnets so they kind of sweep out, click together. sweep out, click together. Last two. Last one, and then bend the knees to the chest. And if this is comfortable, you can rest here or take the feet all the way down to the floor, whatever's more comfortable for you. Just take a nice couple of deep breaths in and out. Beautiful. When you're ready, knees come back into the chest, legs go straight up to the ceiling this time. You're going to start to make little flutter kicks down towards your mat and then back up towards the ceiling. So the lower you go with these flutter kicks, the more challenge you are going to feel. Make sure your stomach stays strong, your back's not arching too much as you lower. You really want to challenge your stability here. Bend the knees in or place them down to rest. Take a moment. Take a breath. Knees come into the chest, and we'll just do some frogs. So heels together. You're going to press the heels up and then bend them back in. And this is the same rule as before. The lower you press those legs out, the more challenge you're going to feel. So going as low as you comfortably can, you'll hold and start to clap the feet together. So little beats here of the heels. And after about 8, you'll just hold the heels at this level, really engage the stomach and squeeze. If that's comfortable, lower and try again. 8 more beats. And then squeezing and holding, maybe even a little lower last set. Squeeze and hold. Bend the knees into the chest. Nice job. Go ahead and plant your feet down now, and we'll just take a little break completely so you can take your prop out from underneath just so that you can rest with a flat spine for a moment. We've been in that position for a while, and we still have a couple exercises to go. So just taking a moment before placing the prop back underneath, and then you can return legs to the ceiling for scissors. So you'll just split the legs here, one down and one up, and then switch. So what we're really aiming for is that the leg reaching away from you gets close to the floor, and the other leg is really lifting up vertically towards the ceiling. You can start to bend the bottom leg now, maybe even brush your mat. It'll turn into a bicycle. So just pretend you're riding a huge bike in the air. Beautiful. Reversing that direction now, riding your bike backwards. And then bringing both knees into the chest. Great job. Plant the feet down, lift the hips up, take out your prop, just slowly roll down. And rest. Let your spine be flat on the ground. Take a moment, take a breath. And then we'll go ahead and come now onto our hands and knees. So you can rock up to sitting, just come to all fours. We're just gonna give the spine a little stretch by arching and then rounding the back. So in Pilates, we do this position all over the place in kneeling knee stretches, on the reformer, in our swan and horseback combo. So really just getting the spine juiced up with an arch and around. And we'll just do that a couple more times. You can maybe inhale as you arch, opening the chest, and then exhale as you round. And then just sit back on your heels. Normally this is a rest position, but for our purposes today, we really want to press through the hands, engage under the armpits. So it's almost like we're trying to press our palms through the floor. So you should actually feel quite a bit of work in the upper body here. Just pushing through the arms. Last 3, 2, 1, and then come back up to hands and knees. This time, make sure your hands are right under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Tuck the toes underneath, drop the head, and just float the knees a little bit up and off your mat. Taking breaths here, holding really strong. And you can start to shift the weight a bit forward into your upper body, getting ready for that weight-bearing handstand feeling. Pike the hips up now, stay on tippy toes, and you still have this feeling that you're standing on your hands. So if you need to, you can bend your knees if you're feeling tight. Otherwise, hold here, try to get your hips as high as possible, and just push through the arms. Push. So you're in this little half handstand. And then bend the knees back to hover. We're just gonna alternate between those two positions now. So you'll press the hips super high, coming back up to your tippy toes, holding for a moment, really pressing through the hands, and then bending the knees back down towards the mat to get your hover. I'll go ahead and try that a couple more times. And again, if this is already challenging, go ahead and stick with it. But if you're feeling pretty strong and stable here, you can go ahead, lift back up onto your tippy toes, and we'll do some push-ups here. So bending the elbows so the head moves towards the floor and then pressing back up. So you're really just trying to move almost vertically up and down. Top of the head faces the mat, chin to the chest. These don't have to be big at all. It can be the tiniest bend of the elbows. Keep it strong for just one more. And then bend the knees, come all the way down and rest. Good. So we're going to go back to that heels to the seat position, but this time you can really relax and just breathe. Really nicely done. When you're ready, back to hands and knees. We're going to do something similar, round 2, so get ready. Hips up. You're going to step the left foot slightly into the center, right leg up to the ceiling, so really stretch here. Back leg kicks up as much as possible. And then bend that knee into your nose. We're coming into a one-legged hover, and then press back up. And we're just gonna go back and forth, knee to nose. Hover in that knees off position. Kick the leg back up, hold strong. And if you can, elbow bend here 3 times. Little bend up, 1. Press up, 2. Toe to the ceiling, press up, 3, hold. Foot comes down. Nicely done. Now you can take that right foot to the center of the mat, left foot up in the air, stretch, 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 and kick. And then bend knee to nose. Kick the toe back up, straight to the sky, press through the arms, and then bend in, knee to nose. Last one, kick it up, you got this. Bend that knee back in one last time, kick it up to the sky, and press through the elbows. 1. Press up, 2, press up, 3, stretch, and bring the leg down. Whew, nicely done. That is not easy. Sit back on your heels. Take a moment, take a breath, and relax. Can rock side to side a little bit if that feels good for you. And then come on back up. Let's roll out the wrists. So just make some nice small wrist circles. And just rolling one direction and then the other. Then we're gonna shake. Shake, shake, shake the hands down. Shake them up. Shake them to the side. So they're gonna go all around you, just shaking, shaking, getting that circulation in. Really go for it. Then come to standing. Arms up overhead. Just watch me once. You're gonna swing and stand. Go ahead and join. Swing and stand, just letting the weight of the head go. Last 2. Last 1. Swing. Come to standing, step the feet together, and press the arms down. Beautiful work. I hope you had fun in this challenging inversions class. If you enjoyed this workout, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Your support really does so much for us. Thank you, and I will see you next time on the mat. Have a beautiful rest of your day.